Welcome to Level Check Roblox. This is your in-game parent review for the game called Rivals. Now we're here to answer one question. Is this game suitable for your child? Remember, nobody knows your child better than you do, so it's my job to play these games so you don't have to, and then provide you with all of the facts so that you can make an informed decision. My reviews are not endorsed by Roblox or the game developers, so what you're getting is a unbiased, genuine review from a parent's perspective. If that's useful to you, please do like the video to help other parents find this content, and let's jump straight in. You can use the timestamps if you need something specific, and they are below. So starting off on the Roblox homepage then for a game description, on the charts under top trending in the #1 spot is Rivals, with a whopping 94% like rate and almost 200,000 active players when I looked at this. So starting off, maturity label is down as mild for violence, repeated and mild. So that means that as a mild level game, all Roblox accounts will have access to this from the ages of 5 up under the new Roblox Kids and Roblox Select account settings. Looking at this from the trailer alone, you can instantly see it is a violent shooter game, and whilst it might not have any warnings for things like gore, there is still going to be that element of frequent combat. Under the description, it is very clearly telling you that it is an intense first-person shooter. There is lots of information here about the different updates, and there's a thing here about warning, cheaters will be permanently banned. It also goes on to talk about using glitches and using sketchy farming methods. Okay, so it looks like they're already having problems, although let's see a bit more about the game. So 16.2 billion visits, deathmatch and a shooter. Okay, it's been around for quite a while though, 26th of May 2024, but this is the important one, so we're going to be reviewing, this actually updated today, the 1st of July, so this is the one that we're going to review, and I suppose really we might as well just jump straight into the game and see what it's all about. So look, normally I'd kick off with a lobby review of what happens in the game, but before I got to do anything at all, on the first time joining this, I was immediately thrown into a team deathmatch with no way of getting out of it. When it comes to playing games on Roblox, there's nothing I hate more than when my screen is hijacked by the game developers and I'm forced to do something that I haven't opted into doing. Now, of course, there's not loads of gore and it isn't particularly violent from my point of view, but for a young child of about age 5, of which this is available to, that it really isn't appropriate. I think that is really bad. So let's talk about the gameplay. What do you actually have to do beyond the obvious? Well, this is a team deathmatch first-person shooter by definition. You can compete in teams of either 2v2 or anything up to 5v5, where you will either partner with your friends if you make a group, or alternatively, you can just join random teams a bit like this. The whole point of the game is to get the eliminations, and then at the end of the round, you will either win or lose. That gives you experience points, and the experience points contribute to your level and the sorts of things that you can unlock with those different levels. So moving on to the lobby, yes there is one, and yes there is this aggressive call to action pop-up that continually floods your screen every time you move to a new area. Beyond that, there is a whole bunch of stuff here for your child to purchase. The in-game currency is using these golden keys, unless you're going to spend Robux. And other than that, the only other things you can do is customize your armory or your loadout with your character, or you can go ahead and join games, or teleport yourself to a social hub where there are more aggressive pop-ups on the screen. There are a whole bunch of people trash talking generally in the chat, and you're constantly flooded with these requests to duel other people, although there were some things in the options that are quite extensive and you can turn some of them off. Let's head off over into the risk review then for this game. There's a few things I want to cover here, but remember 0 stars is 0 or minimal and 5 stars is the maximum. Let's start off with violence. So look, this is by definition a first-person shooter. It was clearly labelled as such, and whilst there isn't any kind of gore in this, it is still a violent shooting game. The point of the game is to go and eliminate or kill your opponents. There is a cartoony and very basic element to this game. It plays really simply, it is really repetitive, but that element of violence, either from ranged weapons or other things like grenades or rocket launchers, is also amplified in the fact that you can also get melee, up close and personal weapons such as knives or even the Grim Reaper scythe that you can use to eliminate those opponents. When you're taking damage, the screen flashes red, and when you've been killed or eliminated, then it just cuts over into spectator mode. So whilst there is nothing explicitly graphic about this game, the violent element is still there in my opinion. Therefore, I wouldn't be pitching this for anybody under the age of maybe about 9, and definitely not for sensitive children that are under age 9, or maybe even over. Now, when I talk about psychological and emotional reviews, normally with psychological, I'm talking about things that are going to scare your child and potentially give them nightmares. There isn't really anything in this game that I think fits that category, but the emotional element of it is absolutely off the charts. If you imagine some of those crazy videos of children throwing their consoles across the room in a rage fit, well, that, in my opinion, is this game. For me, there's a real element there of frustration and potential rage build-up in maybe 10 years old up to maybe teenagers. Honestly, in every game I played, I was killed in some way that I had absolutely no idea how the other player made those kind of shots. And given that the game developers have also given a nod towards this, I'd probably say that people are using exploits either to cheat or using aimbots to win the games. It certainly wasn't fun after about the 3rd or 4th round. And if that wasn't enough, then the game chat is littered with people trash talking, and of course they will be taunting you as well using their emotes at the end of the rounds just to put some icing on that cake. So let's talk about the financial elements, and here I'm specifically looking at whether or not purchases are clear and transparent or misleading, and establishing whether or not they are worth the value of money that they are costing. Honestly, I can't sugarcoat this. The game feels like a cash grab from the developers, hidden behind the in-game currency of these golden keys. The majority of things that you can buy are largely cosmetic or wasted immediately, so that they add a status element to the player character, but they have little utility within the game. I found that there is a heavy influence to spend these keys, with quite a lot of the purchases being hidden until you step on a certain item in the lobby, or you have a conversation with an NPC that brings up a shop menu that you might not have been expecting. There's a clear promotion here to also watching external adverts in order to get things in the game. It's a little bit unclear to me as to whether or not the adverts are going to be linked and suitable to the child and the level of their account. Certainly the advert that I got was for an external game on an external platform, which was actually rated a PEGI 16 rating. So you've probably got the gist of this review by now, so let's move to a summary. Is Rivals appropriately pitched for anybody 5 and up, as the maturity label suggests? Well, the answer to that is a resounding no. Whilst there is a lack of detail within the violence, it is still the predominant factor within the game. The game is also designed to be fast-paced and repetitive, but through the exploits of other player, the sheer nature of what the team deathmatches are, and what I experienced as trash talking and emotive taunts from other players, well, I can see kids from around the age of 8 and upwards developing quite significant frustration and potentially rage from playing this game. Then to cap it all off, it's littered with adverts and purchases everywhere that have very little impact on the game. And so whilst it might be fine for big titles with subscriptions, I really don't think that that level of advertising is particularly relevant for a Roblox game that is accessible to all ages. I hope that this review has been useful to you today. If it has, please do hit the thumbs up button to help other parents find this kind of content, and subscribe to Level Check Roblox for more in-game parental reviews just like this one. Remember, nobody knows your child better than you do, and I hope that if nothing else, I've been able to give you enough facts today to decide whether or not the game is appropriate for them to play.